commitment and action in completing this edifice within the shortest space of time. Let me say this, and I'm open to correction. This new MBA Law Center being commissioned today is an imposing state-of-the-art MBA Law Center and the only one of its kind in all the MBA branches in the 36 states of the Federation and Capital Territory, Abuja. His Excellency, Chief Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, CON, has not only written his name in gold, but has demonstrated that the government of Rivers State, under his tenure, is a veritable and benevolent senior partner among the stakeholders in the administration of justice in Rivers State. The Rivers State Judiciary is also a beneficiary of the benevolence of His Excellency's government in terms of infrastructure development. No doubt this edifice will aid and enhance the activities of the Nigerian Bar Association Port-Harcourt and even other local branches in the attainment of their laudable objectives and professional activities. On behalf of the Rivers State Judiciary, we join the Nigerian Bar Association Port-Harcourt and all well-meaning people of Rivers State to immensely thank His Excellency, Chief Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, CON, for this state-of-the-art MBA Law Center. May the God Almighty reward and bless you and continually pilot the affairs of Rivers State for the betterment of all. Thank you, Your Excellency. God bless you. God bless Rivers State.
Thank you, the Honorable CJ. Before the Atokunadu God and the Atokunadu Governor is called, can I please have your permission to recognize in our midst the arrival of the Secretary of the Government of Bayelsa State, a man who betrothed our profession like a colossus, is here with his wife, Chief Serena David Dokubo, and his wife. They are here together. The Lord Serens, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. May I have the singular privilege and honor to introduce a man who has made this complex come to reality. He's no other person than the Governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, Commander of the Order of the Niger, to give her speech and hand over the center.
Your Excellency, the wife of the Governor of the State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Rivers State, my Lord, the Chief Judge of Rivers State, the President of Nigerian Bar Association, Judges of the Rivers State High Court, representative of the President of Customary Court of Appeal, Your Excellency, the Secretary to the Government of Bayelsa State, my dear friend, Chief Serena Dokubo, former Presidents of Nigerian Bar Association, former Attorney Generals of the state, the magistrates that are here, the chairmen of the various branches of the NBA in Rivers State, members of the State Executive Council, my dear leaders, Chief Sergeant Awuse, Chief Austin Adele Opara, Chief Imayao, Chief Uche Secondus, my party chairman, Felix A. Obua, members of the National Assembly that are here, particularly Senator Thompson George Sakibo, my dear colleagues, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. 7 months ago, we gathered here to witness the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a new law center for the Port-Harcourt branch of the Nigerian Bar Association. Today, we are gathered here once again to officially commission and hand over this magnificent edifice to the owners, that is the Port-Harcourt branch of the Nigerian Bar Association. When we conceived and started this project, we promised to complete it within few months, and we followed it with keen interest and dedicated attention. Today, it is most fulfilling to see that this is another promise kept by our administration and realized so swiftly and so beautifully to the glory of God and the benefit of the people of Rivers State. While these projects can be considered as an important milestone in the life of the Port-Harcourt branch of the NBA, it is not necessarily a new project to the association. As you all know, the Port-Harcourt Bar had a law center within the premises of the State's High Court complex, which the state government eventually acquired for public interest, as well as to safeguard the interests of the bar. Three reasons influenced the state government's decision to take over, relocate, and replace the existing law center with the present one. First, over time, the size of the center has become unsuitable as a one-stop shop for the association, given the exponential growth of the Port-Harcourt Bar. Two, for the previous location where access to the center was subject to the control and convenience of the state's chief judge or the governor, thereby undermining its functionality. For instance, the forceful closure of the center by the previous administration when it closed down the courts and put the High Court premises under lock and key for close to 2 years readily comes to mind. There was therefore a need to insulate the center from forceful closure and or denial of access by government's capricious actions. Third and most importantly, the Rivers State government needed the land to build new courtrooms and offices for judicial officers to enhance the administration of justice in the state. And so, we approached and struck a deal with the leadership of the NBA to relocate and replace the center at our own cost to a more commodious, accessible, and secure environment, while we demolish the building and use the space to build and provide additional judicial infrastructure and services to the people of the state. As you know, under our laws, you cannot take over any private property without providing compensation or some replacement value. Therefore, the Rivers State government built this edifice in replacement of the existing law center we took over from the Port-Harcourt branch of the NBA. Besides, we recognize the NBA as an important ally in our task of advancing effective justice delivery in the state. Consequently, we have and would always be willing to extend necessary support to the NBA and its members to improve their professional career, interest, and capacity for social justice. This was why we accepted to suffer the cost of building a new law center that can truly serve the professional, intellectual, and social interests of the present and future generations of the legal community in Port-Harcourt, which is fast emerging as a regional judicial hub in the country. The new law center is comparative to none of its kind in the country in size, design, elegance, and services. It is a fully furnished 3-story building with adoring halls, offices, and meeting service facilities, including a 1,200 capacity auditorium to gallery, an ICT room, lawyers' changing rooms, a multi-purpose hall, cafeteria to server points, a human rights general office, senior lawyers' lounge, an ADR room, and a lift and conveniences. For us, the completion of this project is another important step in our holistic development agenda for a new Rivers State. Accordingly, we are confident that this facility will serve and fulfill its purpose for the NBA in particular and for Rivers State in general. At the least, the Port-Harcourt Bar can now boast of a very comfortable place where members can freely meet, hold conferences, seminars and workshops, and other social events in a serene and secure environment, a place where no one authority
except you can control your entry and exit for legitimate activities. At this point, I wish to emphasize the point that the greatest return you can give to us and all those that organize the realization of this project is to ensure that this edifice is well taken care of and adequately maintained from year to year and appropriately utilized to serve the purpose for which it was built. I wish to further assure you that as a government, we shall always call on the NBA to join forces with us to deepen the rule of law and ensure that judiciary in Rivers State counts as one of the best in the country in terms of effective dispensation of justice to all manner of people without fear or favor. One way you can support us to achieve this goal is for the NBA to extend their professional services to the indigent in our communities who cannot afford the sprawling cost of litigation and are therefore denied justice on that single account. We implore you therefore to strengthen and expand your pro bono legal services to cover, even in civil cases, to protect the poor from being oppressed and repressed by the rich who can afford to pay their ways to justice. Furthermore, we continually expect the NBA to be more active in safeguarding our democracy by fighting impunity wherever it raises its ugly head in the polity, as well as to hold up political office holders at all levels to be accountable to their actions, conduct, and promises. Do not forget that as an enlightened segment of our society, you will not escape the harsh judgment of history when you refuse to speak out or decided to speak only in muted tones in the face of glaring injustices against the state and our people. I commend the contractor for doing a good job. Let me use this opportunity to commend the State Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice for effective supervision, and to say that I have always said that when you have an opportunity, when you are given an opportunity to serve, try and see that you have something to say when you leave office. The Attorney General today, you can say with all authority that while you are the Attorney General, this was made possible. While you were the Attorney General, you did not advise me not to build this edifice. While you were the Attorney General, you did not advise me not to follow the convention of appointing judges. While you were the Attorney General, you made sure that NBA gets whatever they are supposed to get. It's an opportunity to use this to say thank you very much. Now you have known that it is good to serve. With your supervision, you can see what you have done. I'm sure when you go home, you can tell your wife, even if you leave office today, you are satisfied that you've done well.